Sunscreen here is the Colorescience Sunforgettable Total Protection Face Shield in Matte. It is SPF 50 and it is also water and sweat resistant for 40 minutes, and it is also reef safe. And the second sunscreen here I have is the Sunforgettable Total Protection Face Shield in Flex. And this one is also SPF 50. It is also water and sweat resistant for 40 minutes, and it is also reef safe. So today I am going to wear the Flex version on my right side and wear the matte version on the left side of my face, just to see how they perform throughout the day. So the Flex one comes out like this. Okay. And the Flex version has a technology in it where it is going to adapt and adjust to your skin tone, and it will kind of blur out your imperfections and uneven skin tone. And the physical sunscreen here is zinc oxide, and the formula looks like this. It is white, but as you blend it out, it will turn color.
Maybe I'm not sure, so why don't you change my mind? 'Cause baby, I'm not sure, but let's take a chance this time. And I can't remember the last time I saw you cry. I don't wanna do it, I had to, you know it. I hate when we say
So right off the bat, I absolutely like the tint in this sunscreen. It is very pretty. It is not as pinkish like the old formula. So the finish of this sunscreen is demi matte, which I love. I love a subtle glow here. So this is the other version, and this one is in matte. And the finish of this sunscreen is matte. It doesn't have a Flex technology in it, but it has everything else that this one has. Now this sunscreen here comes in 4 colors, and the color that I order is medium. So the formula of this sunscreen feels a little more thicker than the Flex one. So I'm just gonna put a little bit more.
It's already winter, and I'm starting to forget the smell of your hair, the taste of your lips. I wish I was there instead. And why is it bitter?
Okay, I love both tints. Now you can really tell this one is more matte than this side here, but I love both. So the matte version formula can absorb excess oil from your skin as well. So I'm excited because I have really oily skin. So I'm going to be wearing these two for the rest of the day and see how they perform. Okay, so this is how the sunscreens look like on my skin out here in daylight. So this one is the Flex formula, and this one is the matte formula. So this side is a little bit more dewy, a little bit more glowy than this side, but that's okay because I have really oily skin. In about 45 hours, my skin will get more oily, so we'll see. So it has been 9 hours since I started using the Colorescience sunscreens here, and this is how my face looks like. So let's start with the Flex formula here. This came in 4 shades again, and the shade that I have is a medium. The right side of my face was more dewy than the matte version, and I'm so surprised that it did not get any more oily and more greasy, because I was assuming that because I have really oily skin, the right side of my face would be a lot more oily. So I also have reapplied the formula on my skin 3 times, and every time I reapply the sunscreen, it just blends right into my skin really, really well. It doesn't have any pills and it doesn't irritate my eyes. And the formula is long lasting. So moving on to the matte formula here, I have also reapplied on my skin 2 times during the day. And same thing, every time I apply onto my skin, it blends really well. And it definitely doesn't peel off. And it doesn't irritate my eyes. The tones of these sunscreens are identical on my face. Unlike the classic version where the tone was more pink, now the Flex version is $45 versus the matte version is $39. In terms of pricing, I would definitely buy the matte version because I find that the tone here matches my skin really well. And I'm happy with the matte finish, so I will buy this version over the Flex one just because this one is cheaper. And also these formulas here do not clog my pores because anytime I use something new, by the end of the day, I will feel bumpy. My skin will have some bumps here, but it doesn't. So these formulas are awesome. And I'm so happy with these formulas here. I have ordered their foundation and the lip balm, so I'm excited to try those 2 products out and do a review on those products. And I have also used their brush on shield powder in the past, and I don't like the brush just because it was hard for the powder to come out of the brush. So I stopped using that powder brush. And I have also tried a lip gloss in the past and the formula is very drying, so I stopped using that product as well. So in comparison to my Milk Skin Tint SPF 30 here, this formula is so thick, I have just stopped using it because I look like a grease ball when I use this formula. I no longer like this product or would recommend this product. It's just so thick on my skin. In comparison to my EltaMD, this version here that I have been using for the past 2 months, I say, this formula is so sheer. I love it, but it's very sheer. And also now that I have been using it for 2 months straight, it has been so greasy by the end of the day that I just stopped using it. My coworkers were telling me they can see my forehead 10 feet away. So yeah, I stopped using this sunscreen. And in comparison to my Obagi sunscreen here, I love this sunscreen so much. It has 2 physical sunscreens of zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. And I like the tone of this sunscreen. And this sunscreen has more coverage than the EltaMD sunscreen. However, the tone is a little bit lighter than the Colorescience one. I just love this tone a lot better than the Obagi sunscreen because this sunscreen is a little bit lighter. This one is a little bit darker. I think it's because it has titanium dioxide in it. So I can't use this formula more than 3 days, otherwise I will break out. So I also stopped using my Obagi sunscreen as well. So I'm so happy that I tried these new sunscreens here. I love the formula. I love the packaging just because it's a little bit slimmer. It's easier to carry in my purse and it's so easy to reapply because my skin looks like I have foundation on instead of a white cast sunscreen on my face. Every time I reapply this sunscreen on my face today, I love how my skin turns out. It doesn't get cakey, it just kind of blends in and it just makes my skin feel so refreshed. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you on next one. Bye.
Let's take a chance this time, and I can't remember.